Of course, we can't get by. We can't go without talking about the intimacy of nature. I'm not going to talk about the animals and the beauty and the landscape and all that poetic stuff. It's already there, you know. I don't have to. I'm not trying to denounce the most profoundly beautiful speakers who speak with etiquette and love and knowledge and skills of intelligence with nature. So what is nature though? Without breaking it up. It's the same as life. It can't exist without being life. I maybe should have put in some sort of quotations and stuff, because when I say life, it's consciousness. Consciousness is all that exists. Brahman, God, Atman, Christ, Buddha, spirituality, religion, universe, experience, existence, all that are contained within consciousness, within life. They're all made up from life. Consciousness is infinite. So you say, can we go beyond consciousness? There may be a sneak nanosecond, because the one moment, of course, that we don't want to call God, you know, it's like, why would we say consciousness is all that exists and then say something is beyond consciousness as this one moment? It doesn't make sense. Because everything, including nature, is simultaneous. There is no such thing as the 9th century, the 14th century. I died in 1942. My granddad died in 1888. These are all narrative bullshit stories. Everything is happening in the same moment. So the end, if there's an end, happened at the same time as the beginning. And the beginning, if there's a beginning, happens at the same time as the end. So nature cannot be separate from life. Universe cannot be separate from life. Consciousness. The afterlife cannot be separate from life. Afterlife, still life. It's just an ongoing parade where life, our consciousness, does a catwalk every single moment, in every single opportunity, in every single living molecule and atom and body and planet and star and universe and God and saint. An ongoing catwalk. Look at me, look at me, look at me now, look at me. Oh, look at me, I'm dead. Oh no, here I go again. Oh, look at me over there. Look at me up there. Look at me down there. Look at me everywhere. Look at me as nature. Can you say you're not nature? Look at me as spirituality. Can you not say you're spiritual if you follow this spiritual ways? Look at me, I'm religious. If you believe in religion, attain religion, look at me, I'm a man. Look at me, I have a sex change now, I'm a woman. Look at me, I'm a dog. On the pantomime stage as a child, teacher gives you a doggy uniform and you, I'm a dog. Look at me, I'm angry. Look at me, I'm sad. Look at me. Look at me, look at me. I can do anything I want. Look at me, I'm digging. Look at me, I'm the earth. Look at me. I'm in a box, I'm in a coffin. Look at me. I'm in Wikipedia. Look at me. I'm alive. Look at me. Can you say you're not nature? Can you say you're not God? Can you say you're not connected to the bloodline of the original first human being? Can you say that? So why the hell do you go through life saying I'm insignificant, I'm just not good enough? But you can't go around picking people up and saying to the homeless, come on, you're great. Because the homeless will say, yeah, I know. That's why I'm homeless. I love being homeless. Seriously? Yes. Oh. I thought, you see, the thought. We have to also include thinking, the thought. Because it's the thought that saves you from life. Saves you from life and its complexities and its having to these thoughts, they keep coming. Why are they? What's going on? You know, why do I have to take medication? Why am I classed as schizophrenic? Why am I bipolar? Why won't they let me kill myself? Why are these thoughts, they keep punishing me? Why am I not accepted? Why am I so insignificant? Why am I one day good and one day bad? Why the changes? Why everything? Why? Diagnose me. Am I autistic? Am I ADHD? Am I bipolar? Am I traumatized from my childhood? Am I what? Oh my God, look at me. Look at me again. Look at me. Look at me. I can have these thoughts and I'm okay. But you can't say you're okay when they're deep into the thought, when you believe you are the thought. Thoughts, frequencies, vibrations made into sounds, syllables, letters, words. And then they fucking punish you. Because the school says this is a good word and that's a bad word. And when the thought of the bad words come, you realize, teacher must have thought I was a bad boy, bad girl. And then you go, well, I kind of like being bad. Look at me, I'm bad. Look at me, I'm good. Look at me, I'm good because I recognize I am bad. And then if I recognize I am bad, I can stop being bad. But I don't know the difference between being bad and good. In my country, this is good. In that country, it's bad. In my country, this is bad. But in their country, it's good. What's going on? Let's shoot down the planes. Let's stop each other moving. Let's stop each other becoming, United Nations. Enlightenment is about uniting you with yourself. Don't even welcome this thought in. That enlightenment will mean that you are united with the world of other beings. Yourself, here, alone, as yourself. You reach in nirvana, that samadhi, that enlightened state. You experience God. And God says, what if you found out? I found out that I'm alone in this planet. But I'm not alone in the universe of your love. There are billions of planets where I have family and friends that really are identical to me. So how can you fit into this world? Are there any of your friends, your relatives on this planet? No, they're all fucked up, God. I don't like any of them. That's not true. That's not true. That's why you're on this planet, to learn to live with other fucked up beings like you, Mr. Hionus. always one step ahead is God. Always one step ahead. When God says be good and do this, and you do it, God says you didn't do it this way though. And that's your employer who pretend to be this hierarchical, or your politician. I wanted you to follow these guidelines. I did. I followed them I actually followed them. You know what's funny? I'm speaking right now and the Olympic Games is on in Paris, and a British swimmer won the race quite clearly, and he broke a rule and was disqualified, and he didn't know the rule existed. That's God, you see. I make the rules up in advance. You'll just have to keep plodding along. And one day, you'll overtake God and look back and say, hey, what's happening now? I'm in front, I'm in charge. And God will say, yeah, but look behind you. And you turn around and there's another version of the same God. And he's in front of you, and he's waving and laughing. And he's saying, why don't you give up this foolishness? Why do you give up this need to be in control? And that's what happens. The mind that thinks it's in control dies. And then you look behind you and look in front of you with no mind, with no expectations, and you say, where's God now? And a voice comes and says, I'm an echo. I am God. And you say, I can't be God. I can't be this echo. And you continue to deny, like Ramana Maharshi. Not this, not this. Neti, neti. Because every time you think you're God, you'll play another trick. It's an ongoing venture, an ongoing climb, an ongoing descent. But the reality is, you're not moving. You're just dreaming. What are you dreaming about? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm alive. We look at each other and we see something that we judge and value, analyze. And when we find the negativity in each other, we feel good because it makes us superior. And then we go back and we realize that they were actually doing the most profound deed. But I wasn't aware of it because they were God. We are jumping in and out of God's uniform. 1 minute we're the devil, 1 minute we're the God, 1 minute we're the teacher, 1 minute we're the disciple, 1 minute we're the saint, 1 minute we're the ant, the slug. We are nature. God's nature. God is only here to experience itself as the same way that as a human mental, psychological, biological body experiences itself. I love being here. I love looking, tasting, touching, smelling, and seeing the most sublime. And I feel within myself that I am experiencing my true original self. And God looks down from the heavens, thumbs up Muji, and says, job done. Job done. Look at me. And you look up, and what remains is a smile. The whole of nature is smiling. And Christ says in the book, When I was newborn, everything became alive. Everything became smiley and happy, including myself. If I can offer you one thing, it is look in the mirror, in the glass mirror in your bathroom, and look and smile, and don't stop smiling until the smile stops itself. And in that smile, with no thoughts, you'll feel your body, your soul, your consciousness be at ease. And this is awakening. It's finally dawned upon this newborn mind that the whole experience, from that elimination of time, because up until age 51, it felt like 51 years. Every day was accountable. Not many were pleasant, but enough to get by. And then from 52, something major shifted, as you'll be aware of this novel, this blurb. And the last 10 years have been so simple, so extremely simple, that it's flew by in like a moment. Now you see, the educational mind will say, well, longevity, I'd rather have 52 years, because that's a long time for the body to live. That's a long time for me, the ego, to do so many things. To spend 10, 11, 12 years going in a simple way, not doing much, flashing past in a moment. What a waste. What a waste. And then you come to the balanced state and you say, well, there was no difference. Because time itself is an illusion, a hoax that we set up for us to, clock watch, give us something to do, give us purpose, methods, where religion all raised these hopes, these beliefs, these systems of praise and worship, fooling themselves initially through experience of enlightenment and thinking they could teach it. And like the speaker says, I don't think I could teach a child to tie their shoelaces, because they're going to do it completely different to the way I teach. Because each one of us is unique. So this whole charade of thousands of videos, 1,000, 1,500, 1,800, I don't know, so many gone, deleted, so many not used, so many just, for fun, so many not even interesting enough to put a title on it, And all of this, and it's very simple. Life is designed to be simple. God made it simple. But with a tantalizing, joking self, as Alan Watts says, God's not just an easy-going chap. He wants to experiment, he wants to try, he wants to taste, he wants to tease, he wants to assume, he wants to tempt, he wants to offer, he wants to take. He appears as ego. When the identity you, are not even thinking about ego. You're thinking about enlightenment. which of course is a part of ego. So everything said and everything contained, and wasted words, wasted time, but it's not time, you see. If it's your time, if you think it's wasted, then you'll suffer. What all of this is done in this one moment, this here and now, this presence. And I'm not going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. So hopefully this 10 sessions of stuff from not even hand-picked, just suddenly appear in front of your very eyes through notes, through diaries, through dictaphone recordings, through past videos. And this is new, of course, this is new, this is updated, this is the date, this is the most recent apart from the conclusion, which of course will not conclude with anything, you see. But I'm not wishing you anything. I'm not wishing you joy. I'm not wishing you goodness. I'm not wishing you things that will tease and tantalize you with. I'm not wishing you God and religion and spirituality and consciousness. I'm not wishing you anything. Because whatever you are wishing for, or whatever you think I'm wishing for on behalf of you, you already have. You already have. You just don't want to face up to the almighty hierarchical people that you've so worshipped in the past. The celebrities, the politicians, the saints, the philosophers, the theorists, the gods. You think you're second, you see. You think you're second to all of this. There's no first, there's no second, there's only zero. And zero is pure, tranquil, undivided, undiminishing, omnipotent, omnipresent, tranquil love. So, destroy this audio book. Delete, 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 delete. Because this audiobook is your mind. It's another version of mind, regardless of what the speaker says or what the speaker means or offers or shares. It just is another version of mind. Only thoughts in mind are that what keep us communicating, keep us from being that pure animal. But beyond the pure animal is the pure state of being. Is it worth attaining? Of course it is. Is it worth giving up your whole life for? I don't know what that means, you see. How can you give up life? You are life. Even in your death, your body death, life, you move on in life after life after life after life. What a punishment for some, you see. So don't accept this punishing mind. Just take every day as a newborn birthday and be here, be present. You ask people like Ram Dass, myself, who have went through surgery, heart problems and stuff, whether it was worth surviving. Of course it was. Even though you think, it's okay, I can sacrifice this body. There's something within you that keeps you driving without effort. That what drives you without effort is consciousness. And consciousness is effortless. It gives you effortless effort as you. So, all of it simplified. Simplified, call off the search, whatever it is. Seek nirvana, whatever you do. Sit under the bonsai tree, meditate, meditate, meditate. Look for the space between the thoughts. Annihilate the answers, and then the questions will go, and when the questions go, the questioner goes, and when the questioner goes, non-duality. So you can go through teachers of non-duality, yoga, satsangs, spirituality. You can sit at the bottom of Arunachala or the top of Mount Everest, whatever it is, it's going to be okay for you. It's going to be the right thing for you. You must believe, not believe, you must experience yourself. And you'll really, really love being alive. Being alive being. Very good luck. Oh, I said I wouldn't wish you anything. Okay. I'm going to wish you the most precious thing. I'm going to wish you I'm going to wish for that. That I am. That I am. Welcome. We're coming to the end of this novel, this ongoing facade of utterings and words brought to you from diary entries, from old dictaphones, from videos, from tapes, from experiences, from all different aspects of one apparent body. And what has been gained, you see? What have you gained? What have you lost? The true one will say, I've gained nothing, but I've lost everything. I've lost the idea that what I've been told all my life has been handy, it's been great, it's been helpful, it's been beautiful. Yes, it held days of torture and suffering and pain and depression and all these states, but it's been okay, you know? But to lose all this and simultaneously find something far more profound, far more deeper, has been so much, held so much Chit Ananda joy and bliss and overwhelming love. And the funny thing is, I didn't want to keep, because you've lost what you had and it wasn't necessary to keep it. So I was okay to move on. But something says, you know what, you've done well, you can also keep it. You can keep your old self, your old person, your old body. But you can go forth in life and be what the purpose of you being here is. And you discover your purpose. Your purpose is just to be present, be alive, be in the moment. And of course, be human. Because you realize without this body, you would never have experienced God. But God is a strong word. It's a strong word because the mind has learned through centuries of, or even just years of, trying to understand it, trying to find it, trying to know it, trying to get it out of my system or into my system. And the significance of the word God against me, little old human being, amongst billions in one planet. How many planets? Billions of planets. So I'm just like a grain of sand, so why would God want anything to do with me? So therefore I don't deserve it. God gave you life, you see. All equally life. No one lives longer than anyone else, you see. Even time makes a mockery out of what time is. You know, I lived till I was 75. I lived till I was 100. What did you do in that 25 years that you can remember was more beneficial? No, nothing. 1 year is enough. 1 moment is enough. Life is simple. It's sacred. And it is the most important thing. Not just your life, you see. Everyone's life. So of course, what you want to know is, after a basic, little old me average, fearful, fluctuating from good to bad person life, thrown off the cliff into the abyss, the void, the depth of, nothingness, of emptiness, of consciousness. And in this state you don't want to come out, but you still scramble out. Something pulls you up, something scrambles you out. You've no choice, you see. And then in this standing up on your own 2 feet again, you see. I'm back in my body, I have my own 2 feet. Something brushes you down. Neem Karoli Baba says, cleanse the mirror of your heart. And it's this point, it's not in the enlightened stage that you meet God. It's in the stage of returning, the stage of accepting, the stage of trusting. Yes, I have to see this body through. It's not a chore. It is the most sacrilegious, the most sacred thing that you will ever experience in your life. It gives you emotions, sensations. It cries with joy. It experiences relationships and love, touching, sensing, smelling, hearing, the most intricate things. Some say, I want to know God because God is massive. But it's in the most simple. It's in the least that you know God. When you become that molecule, that seed, that mustard seed, then you realize there's no scale to life. There's no measurement to life. There's no purpose to life. There's no reason to life. There's just life is. Life is. So what do you learn? What do you learn now, you see? You become so goddamn clean that even fictitious movies about people killing other people makes you uncomfortable. Even in the animations, even in the Fortnite, that new game that children play. Another way of understanding how important it is to kill, so that it becomes part of your life. And of course, when the emotions return, every emotion returns, and sadness returns, and you watch, so many tragedies, so many wars, so many rapes, and you think, wow, we are such a imbecilic, reptilian, primitive race. And even the ones that don't kill, even the ones that say, well, we have to fight back, we have to destroy them. These people that travel on boats, it's their own fault if they die. You see, life is sacred. It's so bad, It's so bad for one like me that you don't want even to stand on the ant, because it's doing some sort of job to keep this planet and keep our future generations alive and keep coming and keep coming. In a biological way, you see life as one organ, one great big unbelievable heart. And the heart like your very own heart, cannot operate perfectly in full motion, flowing, if there's a little flaw. But you don't become vegetarian and all that stuff, you see, because vegetables are just as living as animals, you see. We choose this life. And there are times when we have to make choices within the choice of just being alive. It may be the choice of ending your own body because of pain and torture. You think God blasphemizes you for that? Absolutely not. We're human entities, but we're something far more superior, far more special. I don't mean superior. I don't like that word superior. We're far more special to God, special to consciousness. We are not really animalistic, even though we like the idea of competing and eating. We like destroying, but we also like creating. Where's the balance? And it brings you to Buddha. What's wrong with destroying as long as we're creating? And this is the whole problem, and I think this is the scientific side of enlightenment. The scientific side is when this non-dual entity, whatever I was, this space, this incredible, boundless love, was confronted with a person, and the person said, you know what's happened to you? The chemicals in your brain have rebalanced. You had far too much, I don't know, serotonin, dopamine, opiates, whatever it is, in comparison to the rest. And what's happened is you balanced them out. You became balanced. You became contented with life. And I said, wow. And you accept that. You accept other things. You accept the voice of God. You accept Christ's intervention. You accept all the things, the out-of-body experiences, the meditations, all the stuff that, helped balance you, whoever you are. So you say, yeah, okay. So everything works intricately well when it's balanced. You know the scales? When you have the two arms and the buckets, and you put some potatoes on one side and some lettuce leaves on the other side, and the potatoes hit the bottom and the lettuce leaves rise up to the top. Well, it's not balanced. So even the food in your body is to be balanced. So it's okay to be destructive as long as it's exactly the same amount of creativity. And of course, as a painter, as an artist, I hear now that teachers have to buy their own paper in schools. What the Education Board is doing is discouraging creativity, you see. Because the Educational Board, like governments, like politicians, are so imbalanced to the side of destruction that they forget about the unique individual being that is born also as a creative entity. So I say, all humans have to do. You can continue with your war as long as there's 50% peace. You can continue with your destruction as long as there's 50% creativity. But if we continue with destruction and war overpowering peace and creativity, then one day the scales will just tip over. And all them who wanted it in their bunkers under the ground, waiting for a new world, and they come out and they also fall over the edge and they say, oh shit, that just didn't go the way we planned it. We planned it towards this side, to eradicate that side. And you know what? It was an imbalanced idea. Men equal to woman, pain equal to pleasure, destruction equal to creativity. God equal to I. What is the remnants of enlightenment? So that this speaker gets a free speech towards blurbing stuff that makes no sense to the ego. You know, life is pure. Life is sacred. Life is loving. Life, what is life then? Life is consciousness. Don't try and seek consciousness. It's seeking you. In every opportunity it seeks you. In every body it seeks you. And when you die, this body dies or evaporates. This consciousness is waiting to seek you and put you into another body. Consciousness is a seeker. The mind that thinks it can seek on behalf of consciousness will get seek. It will get seek and vomit and die. And when it comes back, it will come back with a mission, you see. Even in the death, something good will come of it. And you will become that loving, living soul that Ram Dass talks about. Be here now, and I will show you the way. In presence, I is the way. Christ. He's hiding around every corner with a fishing rod and a worm. It's just that you don't like the flavour of that particular worm, so you cast it aside and say, give me a bigger, fatter, bigger worm. I deserve more than that. And remember, more is less, and less is more. That's all there is to enlightenment. You're so glad you're human. You're so glad you have a body to protect you. You are so glad that people around you love you. You're so glad for the smile on your face. And every single day and every single moment you smile at whatever comes your way. And you feel so glad that it bears no end. Yes, what if I come back as another body in a different country, in a poorer country, in a war-torn country? It shall be. Whatever consciousness wishes it to be. But it's always for the good of consciousness, and the good of you, and the good of I, and the good of God. Om. Namaste.